Shalom to everyone. This is going to be an update video in reference to the pineal gland. Uh, Let me just make this very clear. I don't worship the sun, but some people believe when you deal with the pineal gland, when you say that term, I have to be on the offensive or defensive, excuse me, in reference to that term. Now, what I did was some, a test on myself for about uh, I would say 3 weeks, almost to a month. Like the last time I made the other video in reference to, the pineal gland update, I really wasn't dealing with any sunlight just to see how my body would react. And yes, it reacted. Um, I felt myself catching a cold. Um, Now my nose is a little stuffy, and it's good to try to see, again, just to make sure that these things are really really working. So what I did, I stayed out of the light more time. Usually I would just do this maybe a week, but I done it like for like 3 weeks. So I was leaving my lights off and everything, just in case, um, how would my body react to it. And it really reacted. So I feel that I have like a head cold. All right, and it's weird because it feels so annoying. I mean, I don't see how people deal. I mean, I can see how, I guess, if you get used to it, but I mean, you feel achy sometimes, and I'm like, oh man. So I know, like I said, I know the sunlight, it really really works. Of course, they do a lot of chemtrailing, just about every day now. So I really don't. I guess with the snow that the video that I put up in reference to the snow, in certain areas, as I was telling the sister, what they like to do, I believe, in the vicinity of DC, they like to move storms kind of like away from that area, so they chemtrail more in the areas where people of importance, I guess you would say, reside. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. That's just something I kind of like added up, but who knows? I mean, in reference to the snow video that I put up, some people didn't like that video. They think that that's supposed to happen, not realizing that I know other people in other areas that tried this. People inbox me, and I've heard even in New Jersey, some parts of New Jersey, uh, you can take a lighter to the snow and it'll just melt. So I don't want to turn this into that type of video, but in reference to the pineal gland, uh, uh, I guess I can add, in addition to this video, uh, since I haven't been doing that as much, I feel slower. It could be mental, but I just know that I felt that I was catching a head cold. Uh, I was out. It was about 20 degrees outside. I had an emergency with my car. It was, leaking a lot of transmission fluid, um, as I thought. But, I was just trying to work on it just so I can get to work. So, I was out there for about 3 hours in 20-degree weather, and it was dark. But I got these little lights. I didn't care. I don't care what time of the day it is. I need something done. Anybody, if you got a flat tire or whatever, don't care what. If you got a spare, you're gonna put it on, no matter what the weather is doing. All right, but and I think that could have had something to do with it. Just excessive amount of cold air, especially this winter, have been in this DC vicinity, has been weird. Very, extraordinarily cold. All right, it's been reported that this has never happened before. That consecutive days of 20 degrees, 19 degrees, 10 degrees, 5 degrees. Um, you know, so I mean, things happen, but a lot of these, a lot of the weather nowadays is engineered. All right, the Most High is allowing Satan to, you know, have dominion in this world. All right, that's Job 9 verse 24. So if the world has been given into the hands of the wicked, they can manipulate the weather and things of that nature, your foods, everything you eat. They can manipulate your mind to make you believe that you're free, but really you're enslaved. All right, it's a mental enslavement first. If you trap a bug, put a cup on top of a bug, leave it there for about 2 days. You take that cup off, it won't move. All right, it'll take time for it to understand that it's free, and it would question, should I move? So that's the way they do us. But anyway, I'm going off because I really don't have too much information about the pineal gland. But I thought I would put up this, the downsides of not getting sunlight, because I feel like, hey, how y'all doing today? And it's just my nose, and it's been cold and dreary. I'm a person that like to be out, and if it's cold, I don't really like too much cold weather. All right, years ago I was cool with it. It seemed like the older I get, the more that stuff mess with my bones or whatever. I don't, I'm not that old, but I'm just saying. So, but uh, today I was out in the sun, and I feel much better. So I know it works. My nose earlier, uh, a sister can vouch, I didn't sound too well. My nose was stopped up, and just I'm like, what is going on here? And come to find out, yes. I mean, once your body get used to a certain system, uh, you know, you take away its vitamins. It's like the light. Sunlight itself has a lot of vitamin D. Some people don't believe that it uh, the sunlight has other vitamins, but it do. Like, how would a vegetable get vitamin C or vitamin A and all these other vitamins? Yes, it comes from the soil, but without the sun beaming on the soil, it won't be there. All right, every vitamin there is in that sun. Of course, it's more vitamin D than anything, because vitamin D, I believe, activates every other vitamin. So it's that's the mother of all vitamins that you need in your body. All right, like I said, I believe, in my opinion, based on what I understand how the body reacts to it. I mean, if you have enough vitamin D in your system, you won't get cancer. I mean, it's a cure for cancer, cure for any other disease that you can think of. I mean, it heals the body of sickness and all type of colds or whatever you have. Usually, if you get enough vitamin D, you'll fight it off within 2 days. All right. And then I was messing with that chemical snow, and I had it all in my hands, and I remember doing this. I'm like, so I believe that could be an issue too, because they can spray vaccinations in those chemtrails. All right. I know I may sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I don't really care how I sound, but just go outside and look at the sky. And today I looked up and I'm like, did they just make a J shape around the sun? I mean, they went around, they saw the sun. This is the sun here. They did like this around it, almost like a J. So that's no coordinates to go to a destination. Okay, these people are crazy. They're lunatics, man. We're dealing with people. They're not really people. That's why we're trying to tell people. That's why look, it's not a game. These cats are really trying to keep people docile, sick, unexplained headaches, unexplained respiratory system. You go to this hospital, hey, my doc, my head hurt, everything I felt like I was having a heart attack. My arm something was burning up here. They check they do all the blood testing and all that. They say, hey, nothing's wrong. We don't understand. Yeah, you know why? Because they can turn it off and on with them chemtrails. They can use it as some type of switch. They can channel in on your alpha rhythms and it throw everything off. So it reacts like a heart attack. It reacts like a stroke and all that. So, we better get hip to it. It's not a game. It's serious. And that could be one of my issues. That stuff, I can't stand them things, And, people think it's just a joke because they can just live every day. But they don't understand the little small coughs are not normal. Phlegm in your throat while you walking is not normal. You should just have regular saliva, not a big, thick, lotion-type mucus in your mouth. Okay, I know it sounds a little gross, but who cares? I mean, it's true. All right, I mean, we got to get hip to it. We got to really pay attention to really what's going on. All right, but a lot of us are waking up. Thank the Most High that my computer is still lasting. The previous video that I just put up, Took a long time for that 6-minute video. All right, the information is groundbreaking. It should have been groundbreaking from the beginning. There's no difference between the timeanddate.com video, time and date calendar, or the U.S. Naval Observatory. And I'm gonna give credence to the U.S. Naval Observatory time. That is a better and accurate, more accurate site. Okay, it is more accurate, and it's still in Jerusalem, even Tel Aviv, wherever you go at, it's gonna say equal parts night and day on the 16th. So I don't know what the argument is. I don't understand why people are coming against me or debating something that's right there in your face. Timeanddate.com says the same thing. U.S. Naval Observatory, there's another site, I forgot the name of it, says the same thing. What's the argument? The 15th? That don't make sense because you don't get equal parts of night and day. Well, people say, well, no, you got to look at the evening side. Well, you can look at the whole evening side of the whole row of listing of numbers or times, and you'll get the same times a lot of times. That don't mean it. The closest times and date times when they're equal, then that next day when you got less nighttime doing the AM side. When you look at the PM side, you got more daylight. That's how you got to do it. I don't see no other way. All right, so like I said, all this information will come out eventually. I went to 2016 on the U.S. Naval Observatory time, and it shows the same day. So what you're going to do is March the 12th, March when the Sabbath, their Gregorian Sabbath, is on the 12th. It's not equal parts of night and day that day. So, we just got to, kind of like lay down the arrogancy and stop being, it's just, you can't fight truth. It's going to come out. People start to look at the coordinates. A brother sent me the coordinates. And like I said, this is a totally different video, but as the pineal gland, I'm going to go back to the title. It builds energy. Like I said, I did the test on my body. I don't think I'm going to do it again. Like I said, I feel like, but it's going away as I put light in my face. I went outside earlier. They were spraying, but I caught it in between the sprays. Like, thank you, Most High, for, giving me a few clear, maybe 2 hours of clearness before it runs into these silly chemicals that they spraying them in the air. So I was able to get a lot of sunlight, got in the car, went in the parking lot. That's how I do it. This is my time, everybody else can do what they do, but, I heal my body with sun. All right, I heal my body with lights, no medicines. All right, medicines do work. Okay, they really do work. I'm not going to sit here and say they don't. The problem with that is, anytime you take meds, a medicine, you're going to throw off something in your body because it's not natural. It's almost like, let me give you an example. I deal with a lot of cars, especially, I have a Mustang. It's old, but it gets me around. The thing about that is, if you put something foreign on an automobile that's not really supposed to be there, it will work. It may make it faster and everything, but you may put more wear and tear on other components of the car if you don't change that. So, but the body is just about similar. Okay, the medicine heal you. Oh, boom, 2 days you're fine. But yeah, but your livers is cracking up. Okay, your kidneys is telling on you. Certain other side effects that it will give you. I mean, if you ever look at certain medicines that they give you for one thing, all right, you rather would have that one issue opposed to all the side effects that you are susceptible to. All right, you can get liver damage. They tell you that on certain medicines. Oh, well, it depends on how much you take. Well, okay, well, how many drops of poison do you know you can take before you die? So let's not play that game. That's just not deal with the medicine. Use sunlight, regular herbs and vitamins. Drink a lot of water. That's all you really need. It really works. The thing about that is you have to be patient with your body. All right. If you're not patient with your system, you will stretch yourself out, and you will just go to a drugstore, be like, but I can't take this headache anymore. And then you'll feel some pain up inside your rib. Oh man, what is this? Something in my back hurt. And then you go to the doctor. Oh, you know what? Your liver, you have liver cirrhosis or something. We're so quick to just feel good. You know, I call it borderline drug addicts. I shouldn't. If I want a pack of cookies, all right, I eat oatmeal cookies. Uh, I don't want to go to CVS or Walgreens and have to wait some long line or walk in an extra aisle to get away from the pharmacy line. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Seriously, I mean, everybody's on some type of legal drug. So, I guess people don't really pay attention to the faith aspect of how their body heals itself. I mean, if you cut yourself a minor cut here, bowel, you don't go to the doctor. Well, people are starting to do that, but they shouldn't. You'll just heal. Your body is healing. You are healing yourself. The Most High gave you that power. It's something that's reflexed. It's a reflex in your system that understands, and the brain tells the blood to clot. All right, so that's just the way it goes. The spirit is telling your body to heal itself, just from a small cut. That's how unique we are. That's how intelligent the Most High is. He's a genius. Okay, I don't really like to use that term, but on layman terms, he's a genius. I mean, the body is just amazing, the way it's constructed, the way it's designed. So you can understand, if you understand that small puzzle piece, if you cut your arm or something, just a little, let's just say a small paper cut, you don't go to a doctor and be like, hey, can you fix this? Nah, your body tell it to fix it. You think that is where all your power stops? No. I don't care what you got. No matter. All right. Like I said, I had a jacked up tooth. The tooth broke off. I just kept goggling with water and just doing regular simple things, keeping it clean. The body said, grow more gum in that area to block the hole. So there's no hole there, really. It's just a small little on the edges where I keep it clean, and that's it. No pain, no nothing. So, I mean, we can heal. Our body know how to heal itself. We don't need no help. All right. The Most High didn't make us to need someone else to open us up like some frog. All right. I mean, I understand. People get a little impatient with their bodies when it's not healing. They think they're gonna die if they don't get something fixed. You have you need an antibiotic, not knowing that antibiotics eventually builds yeast all up in your sinus cavities. You don't need yeast. That's worse. You just let the poison or whatever. You like, well, they may have to cut my foot off. No, I tell people, just get your behind out in the sunlight, man. Put your poisonous foot in the dirt, even though you may kill all the plants around or grass, being chocolate, but just put your poisonous foot in the dirt somewhere, and just try that first before you take some antibiotics, to heal you. I mean, it's okay if like I said, I'm a little different. I'm not saying that everybody should be like me. All right, I haven't had any issues to the point where, certain things that other people go through, like amputations and all that. I really understand. But if we just take time, I have a real strong faith in the Bible. So you just got to understand where I'm coming from. I have a real strong faith in Scripture. I believe that the body itself can heal itself of anything. When I read my brother Christ, all right, in the Scriptures, on how he was able to, you got to understand, some people think the Bible is a fairy tale. All right, the thing about that is, when Christ was able to heal the brother that had a hand that was withered away and it grew back, he was able to heal that brother. I really truly believe that power still lays dormant in us. You got to really understand something. And I believe scientists really know, but they don't want other people to know it because they won't make money. You got to really understand. If you cut the tip of your tops of your finger, your brain, because you're looking at it, these things will grow back. The tips. The tips, though. You got to understand another thing. If you, like I said before, if you cut yourself, your body is telling it to heal. You think it stops there? How okay, the body has a limit. Well, I can't heal you anymore. No, you keep concentrating in that area. They show that. Like I said, I watched certain movies. They show that in the movie Spawn. When dude had a billion neurological type imagination or whatever. He could, whatever he imagined, it'll happen. He had to concentrate on healing on certain parts of the movie. They showed it because you can do that, man. It's not fake, man. Like I said, I tell people again, anything you see, man really has seen it before. Anything you see fictional, man has seen it at one point in time, maybe 1,000 years ago or whatever, 2,000 years ago, whatever you want to call it, whatever time frame. Man has seen these things happen before. Man cannot do anything he hasn't seen with his imageries, with his eyes. It's impossible. A man see leaves, those little hook-shaped leaves like this, fall from the sky, and they make a helicopter. They seen it before. They know, ooh, that's pretty. The little helicopters. We even call them in school. Look at the little helicopters. Even in ancient, when you look at ancient Egypt and hieroglyphics in the walls, they're carvings, hieroglyphics. They got pictures of helicopters. So technology and all that has regressed throughout the years to an extent. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, man can't do anything he hasn't seen before. Man see a bird, he make an airplane. All right, man see a duck, he make a boat. That's the way we are. So when you hear about people in these so-called science fiction movies having certain powers, it's not fake, it's real, but we think it's fake under fiction. It only signals a part of your mind, and it goes into your imaginary bank of your mind. But this is the issue. You draw a square, but you imagine it first. So how can it be fiction? But it don't stop there. That's what I'm trying to tell people. It don't stop by just drawing a square on a piece of paper. You imagined it first, okay? You drew that square on the paper. Your mind did that. So your imagination is stronger. That's why the Bible says, cast down all imaginations, because there's a sinful part of us that can imagine things based on some of the fallen angels that gave us the knowledge to do evil against each other, like making weapons and things of that nature. The fallen angels want us to kill each other off. It's just like if you give a bunch of babies, little infants, even though they're strong enough just to hold something in their hand, you give them a bunch of blades, and there's about 4 or 5 babies in the room, some people will start bleeding. But those that are knowledgeable about what's going to happen, about that object, know what's going to happen to those babies. But that's the same way the angels did us. Oh, hey, look, get this metal right here. You just sharpen it up there, and now you cutting people's heads off. And that's the way they did it. So we just need to stop thinking so less of ourselves. The Most High gave us a lot of abilities, but we have to reverence Him before we start dealing with the abilities that's within us. All right, dealing with all that, sun worship. How people get into sun worship and all the Mother Earth, and we want to deal with Mother Earth and all that. All right, man, but understand that who did this Mother Earth come from? The Most High. So I go straight from the source. I don't need to praise or reverence the earth. I thank this earth through the Most High for giving us fruits and vegetables, the dirt, the trees, things of that nature. All right. So that's it. Video already too long enough. So I'll be making more videos, of course. All right. We're going into the intermediate class. Wednesday will be a good class. All right. Saturday class past was a good class. So I know it's a little late for those that may want to join, but I mean, if you want to still join, you know, it's up to you. Just send me an email at judite07@gmail.com or 12tribes@holyvesselchurch.com. Send an email, or you can go right to the site holyvesselchurch.com and enroll and just submit the information, put in intermediate classes, and you can get in. All right, this is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.